and welcome to today's 5 at 5. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the day the Lord has made, and we rejoice, and we are so glad in it. I am just so moved by these very familiar words found in 1 Corinthians 13. I'm going to read them from the New Living Translation. Love is the greatest. Beginning at verse 1, if I could speak all the languages of the earth and of angels, but didn't love others, I would only be a noisy gong or clanging cymbal. If I had the gift of prophecy, and if I understood all of God's secret plans and possessed all knowledge, and if I had such faith that I could move mountains but didn't love others, I would be nothing. If I gave everything I have to the poor and even sacrificed my body, I could boast about it. But if I didn't love others, I would have gained nothing. Love is patient and kind, and love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable. And it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up. Love never loses faith. It always hopes and endures through every circumstance. As it continues in verse 8, it says, prophecy and speaking in unknown languages and special knowledge will become useless, but love will last forever. Now, our knowledge is impartial and incomplete, and even the gift of prophecy reveals only part of the whole picture. But when the time of perfection comes, these partial things will become useless. When I was a child, I spoke and thought and reasoned as a child, but when I grew up, I put away childish things. Now we see things imperfectly, like puzzling reflections in a mirror, but then we will see everything with perfect clarity. All that I know now is partial and incomplete, but then I will know everything completely, just as God now knows me completely. 3 things will last forever: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. You know, I keep thinking about what the world needs now is love, sweet love. I keep thinking about how many people just need love. You know, if we are going to be the hands and feet of Jesus, we need to follow his example. You know, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Not for, just certain people, but for whosoever. Whosoever. Aren't you glad that you are a part of that whosoever? For God so loved the world. I just believe there are so many people hurting, so many people going through. You may be one of those. I mean, we all go through every day. I mean, there's no way to escape it. In this life, we are going to have trouble, but we are to take heart. And I just believe that the answer is love. The world needs love. You know, what would happen if we would begin to see people, begin to see them, just to really see them, their hurts, their pains, to care, to be able to just smile, to be kind, but just to love people. Let it begin with even loving yourself, loving your family, and loving others. So many. That's what's needed. Love never fails. Love never fails. Love never fails. And if you're having a hard time loving someone, I encourage you to look in the mirror of God's word. so that you can see just how much God has loved you. I believe that when you recognize how much He's loved you and the mercy that's been extended to you and how much you've been forgiven, you will be able to then love much because you will recognize how much you've been loved. Well, I pray this word encourages you. And I believe what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Well, let's go out and let's give the greatest gift, and that is love. Well, remember, this is not just for you. Please share it with someone else, because as our pastor always says, and it's so true, we are blessed to be a blessing. I will see you next time, God willing, on the next 5 at 5.